Hey everybody, it's me, Captain Aryes, and I'm here to talk about VRchat. The reason I decided to talk about VRchat is because I believe it wasn't talked enough about on a normal basis. Oh gosh, my cat is about to push over a box. It's a very big box. It's a box where a mini fridge was in. I'm watching in small, slow time horror. I think we're good. Oh gosh. It's probably fine. Anyway, there's nothing in the box. So she's going nuts. Basically, I wanted to talk about VRchat today. Sorry for the offhand talking about that. But we're talking about VRchat. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about VRchat is because I feel there's not a lot of first person, talking about VRchat as much as, we are actually seeing VRchat a lot. And they don't talk about the mechanics of the game. Now, or the mechanics of the social media. What I've learned from doing VRchat, if you're ever thinking about going into VRchat, I want to tell you at least 3 things if you're interested in it. 1, I didn't know it was you could do desktop and play. So, your girl don't have enough money for VR whole outfit thing. So, I didn't know desktop was available, and now that I know desktop available, which it's only available for Windows as far as I'm concerned, which sucks for me, but I do live at home right now in which my brothers both have Windows desktops that I can play on. So I have been playing via my brother's computers whenever they are not on it. So I played VR. And I have to say, the first time I played VR, it was pretty weird. It is exactly like everything you see in the funny videos where they cut parts of VRchat out and put them together. But the best way to put it is I feel like it's a perfect mix of what a first-person social media feels like. Now, a first-person social media platform. The reason I say that is because when you have a profile picture, you can change your avatar, which is what they call your VRchat, what you look like. Is you can change your avatar whenever you want, anytime, any place, anywhere, anytime you want, which already pretty cool. And people make them, and people are benefiting from being able to create really cool stuff for other people, and I think that's a nice thing to do, is to be able to be creative in something you're good at and also be able to get paid for it. Artists gotta stick together, get that moolah. And people pay probably some pretty heavy money for VRchat avatars because they're pretty cool, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. I've thought about it. Specifically a character from Ruby, which is really weird why I want that character, but for some reason I'm dead set on hoping one day I can be able to get that character and make it or something, or learn. Anyway, that's just a personal preference. But what I love about VRchat is the fact that you can be whoever you want at any time. So if you don't want to be a very tiny mini avatar looking around first person, looking at the grass and being drowned in grass, you can be a dragon or a tall skeleton or anything in between. I'm just thinking about all the stupid stuff I've done this last week. But you can make friends really easy, you can befriend anybody, and you can also go to any world that your friends are in. There are so many worlds. So the best way to describe VRchat is that it's exactly like a first-person social platform. You change your avatars, aka your profile pic, anytime you want. You can go to specific places that are essentially chat rooms or hashtags that you could go into, basically, but keywords, things of that nature. I can go into the Ruby fandom and find a Ruby roleplay group, or I can just check out the world in which someone created themselves. And one moment I could be facing the most beautiful sight I've ever seen in my life that takes forever for my desktop to download, or I could be watching the weirdest Knuckles memes ever just start dancing, and someone made a world just to troll people. I kid you not. You will find the weirdest things in VRchat, but at the same time, it is so perfect for the weirdness of our world. Now, you can be a nerd there, you can be someone who's into, just funny things, memes. There are people that pay a lot more money, obviously, for things and have full VR and stuff like that, and I've been told that it is the best purchase someone has ever made before. is being able to immerse themselves in the best way possible, which sounds amazing. It sounds amazing if you're able to do that. Like, kudos to you if you're able to, like, spend that money and not feel like... Sorry, I've got, like, a bug bite on my hand from, like, doing outside work, so sorry if I'm, like, scratching it and you're, like, weirded out. I'm gonna try not to. But we all know how that goes. VRchat is really fun. All I really wanted to say was that, like, a lot of people, you can get some weird people, of course, and you can accidentally walk into some very strange situations. But if you stay overall positive as a human being, you will find some pretty interesting people there. You will find people with weird avatars, with funny things that they do, with special things that their characters can do, or people who live in just, like, a similar situation than you in a different country. It was so fast how many people I met from other countries. I got thrown into space and was falling for a good 5 minutes before it put me back, because somebody had, like, a special thing that their avatar could do that ended up, like, making, like, a space room where you could, like, it just looks like a doorway, but then you walk in and it's a room. And they made the space room float and move around into space, and then they dropped me. And I was falling, and I tried to use my menu to get out, but the menu just kept going up. And I couldn't even touch my menu, because it just kept flying because I was falling. So, I personally now make it was really cool to fall, though, I'm not gonna lie. Usually, that is the longest I've ever fallen before, which is only about, like, 2 minutes. But it felt like forever because it was my first time and I was scared. I was like, I was lost in space. Like, I popped back at the home place. Usually there's a place you spawn at. And so I spawned there once I was done falling in space. And I was like, you threw me into space. I've only been out here for 10 minutes. And the person's like, oh, yeah, sorry about that. I'm like... VRchat is really fun. If you've ever thought about getting into it, I would just do it because it feels more personal than just texting or calling somebody or face chatting somebody. It feels more personal and more fun to be able to joke about things, show off avatars, be able to, like, talk about your life, talk about real world problems in which you don't have to feel like you're giving too much information. Because this person could really live in Bulgaria for all you know. They could live in some place that you have no idea of. They could live in some place that's really near you and you have no idea, maybe. Don't ever feel pressured to answer questions of people in VRchat. Just know that sometimes it's automated into whatever character they have. Sometimes characters have special, like, dances, special things they do. People make them and are proud of them, and you can, like, copy other people's avatars and create a whole bunch of Mafia Knuckles. I found a Mrs. Incredible figure that had a Knuckles face, and it's 2D and it's hilarious. But basically, it's a lot of fun and the worlds are really amazing. So if you really are a person who, like, really appreciates being able to see different people's work, go into different worlds, it's beautiful. If you would like any suggestions for places to start to kind of, like, understand VR. So if you get into VR, you can change your avatars, change your worlds and social. Definitely do Social Planets. Real fun.